Hello, this is Cedric Green, and today is April the 7th, Wednesday. I'm coming to you with a great video for you to see of these little projects I installed on my power wall. In my last videos, I showed you how I installed my capacitor charging switch right here with the resistor. Let's push in, it'll charge the capacitor so you can turn on the power switch without any sparking anymore. And now I made another video about this fan, so I'm gonna show you that too. And now I just got to installing this capacitor discharge and switch right here. All I gotta do is just push this button and discharge. It would take time, but discharge all the capacitors, this one here and the one in the inverter. It's gonna keep on till these meters go off and stuff. Hello, this is the Green, and from the beginning, this another project. I'm finna install this fan in the circuit. I'm gonna put it right here because the circuit breaker, this whole area, the circuit breakers and the wire right here do get hot when I'm running heavy appliances like the AC or anything that takes a lot, especially the AC. It really gets hot though, you know. So I want to put a fan here to keep these components cool. And remember the last video I installed the capacitor charging button right here and for the inverter. Now I want to install this fan here so I can turn it on and off when I need it, instead of using this big old fan, you know, which does great too. Right here, this is a 24-volt fan I picked up at an electronics store, as you can see. 1.4 watts, just enough to keep my critical area right over in this area cooled down, you know. Let's begin. All right, I found these brackets right here I'm gonna use to mount the fan on side of the wall and have them installed like this, both of them on the fan. They're gonna go against the wall kind of like this, holding the fan, both of them, as you can see. All right, I'm finna try this fan out on these lithium batteries to see if it works before I install it. See if it operates. Here we go. Yes indeed, it does work. All right, I'm attaching the brackets to the fan now so I can attach it to the wall facing towards the most critical area that gets very hot. The circuit breakers, the power, the inverter power switch, and so on, the nearby wires. Here's the wrench, as much as possible. I can hold on now. Let's tighten it. All right, there it goes, ready to attach the side of the wall. As you can see. Kind of like this here. There you go. It's in the wall facing the critical area. Start hooking the wires and switch to it. All right, I found another switch. This should be an on and off switch. And I got it designed the same way this other switch here is. To push on and push off. All right, I'm gonna attach the wires and and attach it to the wall. Alright. Alright, notice I got these in about the same way to go to plug in the switch, as you can see. Alright. Before I put it on the wall and connect the other side to the bus bar over there. Alright, I got them plugged in, wrapped, and finna go on the wall. About right here. Alright, I'm putting the last lug on here, so I can screw it right here on the bus bar, as you can see. Alright, I'll finish. Just wrap this with the tape and hook it to the screw right there. There it comes. It's all complete. Alright, this is the time. The grand finale right here. Let's see if she's working. Got the battery power switch on. Push the button. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See that? Working. I'm supposed to. Thanks to this installation, this project I did with this fan to keep this whole area, this whole entire area cool. This is the most critical area because it gets very hot here when I'm running something heavy like the AC or maybe the whole house or too many appliances, you know. I don't want the breakers or nothing to shut off, you know. That's the point of me having this fan, so I can do that, make it possible for it to keep running. There you go. Alright, here's something special I came up with, implementing a capacitor discharging circuit, as you can see, for capacitors in the inverter, so check it out. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate how these components work together when I'm using the inverter, going off the grid and going back on the grid, how these components work. First, I turn on the battery switch. Notice we're getting voltage from the battery bank. And all I got to do, when I'm finna turn on the inverter, without it's sparking and popping up here in the inverter power switch. Let's push and hold this charging button. You're gonna see this light up to voltage. It takes time. Alright, the voltage is close enough, 24.3 volts against 25.6. I'm gonna release it and then turn on the inverter. And then you can see no spark, hear no pop. There you go. The inverter is ready for operation. Now turn it on. When I'm ready to discharge the capacitors, after I turn off the inverter, I go through this procedure, alright. Turn this off, the inverter power switch off. And turn the battery switch off. Notice the voltage of the battery goes off, but it's still a charge in the capacitor, both in the inverter and this cap right here. All I got to do is just come over here and push this button. Voila. See the voltage going down, discharging the capacitors, both the capacitors and the inverter, and this big blue one right here. The voltage is going down as I hold the button. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. All right. The meter finna start dimming. There you go. As you can see. Oil is out. Probably wait about a few more seconds to make sure it's all discharged, you know. All right. There you go. The capacitors, the caps are all discharged in this inverter from using this #1 button right here. All right, implemented in the system, along with this charging button to charge the capacitors. We're using the inverter. I use this button to discharge the capacitors. When I'm finished with the inverter, to get to discharge all the charges that's still in the caps in both the inverter and this deal right here. This caps discharging system, I think it's a great idea everybody to put on their systems. You know, you want to discharge your capacitors that's after the inverter been running, because there will be some charges left after you turn the inverter off, and you don't want it double back on you, like when you taking off screws with a charge and it pop on you, you know. And then this one right here to charge the capacitor. I think this is a great idea for everyone to put on their systems also. Both of these, this one and this one. And also you could put something like this fan right here to keep your critical areas that similar to this on my system, to keep it cool. Just push this button to turn on the fan and to turn it off. Thanks everybody for watching, and see you next time.